Let me give you an example. If you do a PhD, you know what they tell you? They say find a subject that interests you, go and research it, write a paper on it. That's it. They didn't say, okay, you have to write a paper on this subject and you have to follow these standards. That's why when you have various levels of academia from school, yes, I can agree with that. Sometimes they push you down very narrow structured things. And you go further down the educational system to a PhD.
So when you get your degree, information is information is further but the information has to be further. If what you're reading goes against what you're being taught, you're reading the wrong.
That's how you get breakthrough.
Hear what I'm saying?
That's how you get breakthrough.
When you're trying to get your degree, you're not going to get a degree. No, 1 second. Now you're conflating two things. Yeah, you're conflating two things. I'm talking about you getting your degree. Yeah, you don't get your degree by disproving what's in the syllabus. You don't get a degree by that, do you? Do you get a degree by disproving what you're being taught?
If you can actually base a degree is basically like most people just like do a degree and kind of just go to agree with whatever's established. But like the people who are actually at the top of their degree are the people that challenge the status quo, but they can back their thought. And that's why like you have certain people that will come with the breakthrough theories. You might have kids in university coming out with groundbreaking things because they can think outside the box, but they have to back
when you're talking about groundbreaking, are they disproving theories or are they just going into a new realm of...
Yeah, you can't just subjectively say, oh, I think.
No. What I'm saying is, are they disproving theories? Yeah, as in, like, for instance, you go and do, I don't know, science. Yeah? You disprove, let's say like, something causes cancer. But you disprove the whole science of the way that the science is moving. You're not going to get a degree in that because what you've done is you've just collapsed the whole subject. You're not going to get a degree. You may become a leader. What you've done is revolutionary. So it's now become something totally different. Because what you believe to be true is no longer true. That is different from what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about you go in there and you know like this guy you've got different things, but you're still staying in line. If you go against the subject, you still get a degree.
Yeah, you can. Like I say, that's why, like degrees, like most people don't, and that's why some people can say, okay, like degrees make people think linear, because so many people go to university, it becomes like a factory line where it's like you come in, you go along the conveyor belt, you don't really think it's, But back in the day, when less people, for example, went to university, you can spend more time with your lecturer and engage, because it's all about critical thinking, like how to challenge what has been established, because that's how society progresses. But that is the underlying principle.
What you're saying is what I'm doing right now is how society progresses.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with thinking outside the book, but it's being able to establish your claim rather than just say, okay,
but it's the thing that the things that you're giving me and taking as established, I've got a problem because in your academic world, that to you is established, but in reality, it's just not. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because at the same time, it's always going to be labeled with a theorem or an idea or a notion or rare, and it's always able to be disproved when it's not factual. But it's what do you say? It's lacking imperative evidence.
But it's like me saying to you, bruh, I think the inside of the moon is made of cheese. I just think that. Are you going to be like,
that's different?
Why?
That's different. Why you're just making a claim? I'm not making a claim. You got to tell me what you think the moon is made of, and then you have to prove it to me.
Exactly.
Which you won't be able to do.
But then you
can't prove it. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, even if I think it's made of cheese, cool, that might be a ridiculous claim. You can't either disprove that it's made of cheese, and you can't prove what it's made of. And I would challenge anybody to prove what the moon is made of.
So obviously that's why we can't empirically prove, but we can only take.
But how much theories are based on what the moon is and what we are and what the universe is made of? But we can't prove it.
Yeah, I know. That's why.
So this is why you can be walking down the wrong route with it. Because you start standing on things that you think are fact, and you think, okay, this is the surface, this is what I'm standing on, this is what reality is. Yes. But in fact, it's all theory.
Of course. That's why I said we can't empirically prove it, but we can try and take a logical conclusion as to what is most likely to have happened.
So now that logical conclusion, depending on who's the driving force of it, can be can be misdirected, can be coerced, can be contaminated, can be polluted with somebody's agenda, right? So this is the danger.
Yeah, and that's why I say
this is why history in itself, we take a lot of things. Somebody says, oh yeah, they went and they found the lost city of Alexandria. Yeah. And for 4 to 5 years, and for 4 to 5 years, they didn't release any evidence of what they found. And then they said, oh, we're going to let you lot see what was in the lost city, underwater, drowned, submerged city of Alexandria. So then they start showing you, oh look, we found this and we found this artifact. And every sculpture that had a face had its nose missing. And I said, you know what, this is not a literal story. Yeah? This to me, my instincts are telling me that they're playing with what they're showing us as reality. And I feel like a lot of what we deal with, especially at this academic level, is basically a finely honed, finely tuned net to get people ensnared into thinking in a way that they want us to think. And all the time we're looking at these people as, oh, these are the academics, these are the bright minds, and these are the, and it's the wrong type of intelligence, because all that is regurgitating or working under a certain parameter or certain set of laws to govern the way they think. Hence why I'm telling you, you can't prove to me that Jesus existed. You can't prove to me that Jesus was crucified. And you're saying you can. And this is why it's a ridiculous thing.
You can't.
That's what history has done.
Yeah, you can't empirically prove something. But like I say, that's why I say it goes back to what is the most logical or most likeliest thing to have happened.
And that's not good enough to raise your soul on.
Well, obviously we can.
Most likely.
Yeah, we can't.
You're not thinking of what's.
Yeah, but we can't get
about.
We can't get a time machine and go back to the time. So we can't prove it in that sense. So then that's why we have to. Like if something happens, like in terms of the world, or when we watch the news, or even if I talk to you about like Mansa Musa or some of these old people, we know the stories. We don't be like, right, I don't believe this guy existed. People will be like, yeah, this is what one of the greatest black people that ever existed.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Like I say,
did Osama bin Laden exist?
Did he exist? So yes, he did. We saw him on the cameras.
We saw him, so he existed.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I don't know.
History would say he was killed.
Okay.
Yeah? History would say that he lived. Okay. Who's Bill Osmond? Bill Osmond. Okay, so we're now talking about the same guy. Yeah? Known by a different name, with a whole different storyline. Okay. You understand what I'm saying to you?
But then you've got the information to know who he is.
No, I don't. But here's the thing. I don't. If you ask me who do I know if Osama bin Laden existed, I'd say no. Okay. I have no evidence. I have no proof that this man existed. As who they say they.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot his name.
Another fictitious character.
Yeah,
John Osmond or whatever. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The point is, when you get a character that's given to you by history, you got to understand is the empire's narrative.
Yeah.
But that's all it is.
But that's why.
No, but that's all it is.
Yeah, but that's why you have, in terms of historicity, the theory of multiple attestation. The more independent sources you can have about something, the more likely it is to be true.
I know.
You understand? Because if it's from one source, it's very possible.
That's if, and at that time you don't believe in things like I said to you earlier, controlled opposition, where I could implant somebody that you would expect to be saying something totally different, but disagreeing with.
But this is
it's a known tactic to control the minds of. It's a known tactic to control the minds of masses. Yeah. Oh well, if that's true, then if that's true, how come there's a white guy, BNP? If we're racist, how come we got an Asian guy in our ranks? It's easy.
But then who was trying to control the masses in terms of the crucifixion?
The person that writes history, yeah, those that see fit to perpetuate the story of all religion, yeah, there is control behind that.
Yeah, but that's
there is a desire for control.
If you have multiple sources here, there, and there, it's very unlikely, especially with the early.
When did it start?
In terms of
when did it start? Okay, if you find the first, what you got to do is find the first source. This is another thing. You can't find the first source of the stuff you believe in. You understand what I'm saying? Who is the first person to document anything to do with what you believe in terms of your spirituality?
It'll be the gospel.
Okay,
so the gospels were.
We're dealing with academics, yeah? We're dealing with academics. Yes. And then we're going to use these academics to prove an invisible man that created everything.
Okay, in terms of the Gospels, they were written in different locations, attesting to the same thing. So this is why there was no one person that controlled the writing of the Bible.
How do we know that these things were written in different locations? How do we know? How do we know that?
Well, in terms of, you just look at the earliest information and we see how they were written, or in terms of like a lot of the manuscripts found in different locations and stuff like that. So
is that all I've got to do?
You can't.
Is that all I've got to do?
Unless you get unless you get a time machine back to the time.
Exactly.
That's why I said you
I'm
cannot.
agreeing with you.
Yeah, you can't empirically. But that's why I say to you, you have a standard.
It's all about faith. So history doesn't actually prove anything.
Of course, no one has made the claim that you can empirically prove history.
Prove anything with
But
history.
history
It's a waste of time. But that's your soul. You're dealing with your soul.
No, but what you're saying is that therefore anything historical is unreliable.
Yeah.
But then I'm saying if you take an academic,
unless you saw it for yourself, and even if you saw it for yourself, even that's unreliable.
So basically, they're saying you can't believe anything as anything, because if people saw something, they could have been deceived. So all you can believe is yourself. And even yourself can be deceived.
Exactly, that's true. I'm saying that.
So there's no such.
So what do you know? What do you know? What do you know then?
How do we establish reality?
What do you know? What do you know? We got different methodologies to establish what is reality.
Okay,
yeah. For me, your reality is something that you're trying to make rigid and make solid. I know that reality is flexible. So what you deem to be real today is not real today.
Yeah, but I try and take.
But I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
you understand? So I don't feel like I need to have these pillars of the academic, this is what and this is that, and fry me and fur it, unbelievable and embarrassment, and all these things are telling you how to process information, how to see what is real, how to see what is false. Yeah? But you have your own guidance system, guidance of that you should be tuned into. And you've tuned into the words of other historians, and now you're sitting on that as that being the basis of your reality.
But the thing
you understand?
is, in terms of
so what I'm saying is empower yourself by believing what you deem. Like you can't be programmed to believe in a certain way, because you already go against your books by believing in an invisible spiritual force that created everything consciously. So you already go against academia. Okay, so academia goes towards atheism. Okay. Like when you follow it through, yeah.
But obviously that's where faith comes in. That's two different things. What I'm trying to say is, in terms of, like for example, the gospel. There's many claims in it. So like historians, archaeologists, they try and investigate some of the claims. So for example, the Gospels talk about Pontius Pilate. In 1961, they found a plaque with his name on it. Until then, no one could prove it existed. Again, everything's planted.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
no, slow it down. You've made a claim. They found
if it's carbon dated, and it goes back to that time. Yeah, well, it could be. But again, how do we logically approach something in terms of when we find things?
As a historian, you understand that carbon dating is problematic at best, yeah, and can yield very varying results, yeah, and there's enough information and there's enough studies to go against the current standard of carbon dating that you could say, if you was being intellectually honest, you know what, we can't rely on carbon dating to prove anything.
Well, I wouldn't say it's non-existent in terms of its reliability, because normally, for example, carbon dating could be like within 100 years or so. So again, like I say, if we approach like the time range, so if they say they carbon date something, the span is about 100, 150 years. That's not true. So what is it? It's about 100, 150 years. So then they go for the median range of carbon dating something. So in terms of what about the larger? I say that's one end of the spectrum. What about the larger disparities? Because like you're saying that okay, it can be accurate. What's the rate of inaccuracy? How can you tell that? I don't know what the rate of inaccuracy.
How can you tell that? How would you be able to tell that?
Well, again, if you were to look at carbon dating, then you would have to take an academic approach to see that how many things have they carbon dated? How reliable is it? Can we carbon date something like, let's say, this tree?
You know it's been done, right?
What?
You know it's been done. They carbon date a live tortoise.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you go and look at it. All I'm saying is, look. All these things that we deem to be like cornerstones of reality, like yes, carbon dating. This will help me to tell how old something is. That's all faulty. It's all faulty. And when you delve into that even more, then you can see the disparity and the dishonesty that's in that science in itself. Yeah. But then it's not enough for you to be sure about the age of something.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is it's like being in a court case. You have the defense. You have to try and bring as much evidence to support your position as possible. it doesn't necessarily mean we can conclusively prove something, but based on, like, that's how we reason and how society progresses, you understand? Rather than someone just, like, for example, if
how a secret society.
yeah, but if let's say you're walking home, someone like robs you or something, and you say, right, it's that guy. Like, how do you prove it's that guy? You know what I mean? So all we can do,
he took something off me, and I can describe what it was before.
yeah, exactly.
And if you find it in there, but more often than not, you can't actually prove it. So then it becomes a trial and a battle between two perspectives and who tells a better story.
Yeah.
And even then at the end, when someone says guilty or not guilty, nobody but those two people usually know whether justice was served or not. Yeah, that's just the truth.
Of course. So let's say, for example, for argument's sake,
and if you caught me red-handed on camera and you can prove that likeness is exactly like me, and then you've got physical, I would say that's close to physical evidence. You've seen it. If you saw it for yourself, you can say, I saw it. Yeah? That's you attesting. I saw it. Now you could have been misled in what you saw. Fair dues. But at least you can say, yeah, I saw it. Not someone said they saw it 2,000 years ago. And these other people said, and look, someone in France said that that it was true. That he did see it. PaperBoy did see it. This is what you're giving me. Oh, someone in that other country wrote about it, and in 1997 they even found a writing that doesn't prove that it happened. Anybody could have provided that conscious pilot that that's why you saw.
But that's why I keep
the
saying
Dead Sea Scrolls were found where? Where? Just randomly by who?
Some archaeology.
It wasn't an archaeologist.
This is a great example of crystallized intelligence and fluid intelligence. You know, you're limited by you've got cognitive dissonance, you're limited by your ability to think
But this is,
outside.
again,
heavily drilled.
But in terms of society, in terms of how we progress, like, for example, even the sciences, it's built on, like, accumulation of
There's
knowledge.
a live example of everything we talk about in the past right now.
Okay.
All the sources and real events that people saw in 9/11, we don't talk about.
There's a saying,
All of that
but there's a
was
saying.
man.
Do you know? But there's a saying. Do you know the difference between insanity and genius? Do you know the differentiation between the two?
Is that a science? One second. Is that a science that someone's...
It's a saying.
Bro, yeah. But what I'm saying is...
What's the point of it?
Huh?
What's the point of it?
So the difference between calling someone insane or genius is success. Because if you say, okay, I can jump from this tree to that tree, they'll be like, right, this guy's insane. If I do it, they'll be like, this guy's a genius. So it's proving your case. That's why it's like a genius and an insane person, they're basically the same size.
Insane person.
Same size.
But you're telling me that Jesus exists and you can't prove
but the thing is, what I'm
and you
saying,
ain't gonna show me. You see what you said? Exactly what you said. Oh, he's insane. And he does something, and you see with your own eyes, you're like, he's a genius. No, he's insane. And then someone says, well, look, I've got a writing from 2,000 years ago that said that he can jump from tree to tree. And someone in France says, yeah, they heard about a guy that can write tree. Yeah, I heard. And in 1999, someone found a plaque of the guy that was in the park watching someone jump from tree to tree. That's not evidence, bro. You even said it yourself. Yeah, by seeing it for yourself, you can then change your mind and your perspective.
but even you said you can see something and
Exactly.
so according to you, there's no standard of reality.
What did I say? I said that is a more reliable thing than listening to the attestations of somebody in the past.
But then if you
that
saw
could be
something,
manipulated.
yeah.
If you're just reading text,
It could be.
your ego, from what you want to find, tells you that you're reading the thoughts of somebody that existed a long time ago. But the truth is, it could have been written yesterday.
Yeah, but then this is why we have some.
So then where's
we have the fallacy of ignorance, an argument from ignorance, because you're saying, that's why I say, like, for example, if I can say the inside of the moon is made from cheese, no one can disprove me. I could actually be right. How many of you actually think, oh, I could be right? None of you. But how do you know I'm not right? You understand? We would have to then look at science.
If you telling me it's made of this or that or whatever.
For me to establish at least some credibility, I would have to bring some form of evidence that made you think, okay, this guy has a point.
Do you know what the moon is made of?
What is it made of?
Do you know?
I don't know what it is.
What's the earth made of?
What is it made of?
I'm asking you, do you know what the earth is made of? Bring me evidence of what the earth is made of, scientifically. You can't. And you're here, you've got an opportunity. The very earth you are standing on, you can't tell me what it's made of. Am I right or wrong?
So if I said the earth is made of cheese,
Go on, then.
That's it. I
Bring your cheese, innit? That's it.
He's asking for evidence.
Yeah.
That's why when I said we talk about historicity, you have to bring your evidence, and that's why people are bringing.
You're bringing the statements of other men.
He may not like their evidence, but I am bringing.
It's not evidence.
Again, okay. If I say the center of the cheese, the Earth is made from cheese, egg, or the moon, or whatever.
Bring me some.
People want some sort of standard of evidence.
Let's go.
So that's
Let's
why
go
when
to
we
where you saw that and show me.
But how can you prove it factually? In the same way, history. But then that means I could be right. Do you agree?
I have no idea. I don't have a
could I be right if I say the inside of the Earth is made of cheese?
It'd be you for you to prove that.
If we what? But I could be right though.
It's the same way, I don't know.
I'm saying I could be right.
You can tell 20 other people, and people might believe that.
Okay, so then to establish truth, we then have to have a criteria. Yeah,
Correct.
That's what we're all on that level.
Yeah,
but you're not doing that.
So then that's why when I talk about the
doing that.
historicity of Jesus, you have four main things. But
there's no proof.
If you look for commonalities in terms of history, in terms of when stories have been.
How many times have been rewritten?
How has what been? No, but they're independent. Yeah, but they're independent sources.
Who says they are?
Who claim they're independent?
Again, this is like we're going in. Yeah, but the thing is, when you go into like, arguments of ignorance, it's like how can you prove it? How can you be sure? That's why I go to the cheese example because that's the very the perfect example.
They call it arguments of ignorance. And the joke is, it's actually an argument of the enlightened.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. Coined it, but what it does is what they're telling you, that's the argument of ignorance here. That is our barrier of cognitive dissonance here, and we don't approach it because it's just ignorant. It's an
What
argument.
he's trying to say is thinking outside the box is cognitive. I'm not disagreeing.
Are you thinking outside the box?
I'm saying you can think
Are you
out.
thinking outside
I'm
the
saying I said to you like in university, you can think outside the box. You just have to back your talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like that.
There's nothing.
I like that.
There's nothing wrong with coming with a different because that's how some of the, like even if you look at technologies, your like Amazons or your Facebooks or whatever, these guys when maybe in school they'll thought of.
Do you know a lot of archaeologists? So you never will get first-hand a chance to see any of these artifacts that they dig up before it's dug up.
Well,
you were never really going to get that chance. No, you don't find that strange.
Well, if you wanted to, I'm sure you can contact me.
You're a historian. You should have an interest in that. To see these places that they say they find these things that cement what you believe to be true. Because all it has to be is written in the paper that Mr. Flatcap and Mr. Blue Jacket and Mr. Dreadlocks have all in their lab certified that it was 10,000 years old and we're backed by the Institute of blah blah blah. You'd read it in a paper 10 years time and you'd be like, yeah, that's true, yeah, okay, yeah, certified.
Yeah, but
peer review,
but the thing is what you say,
all it
for
takes
example,
to control your reality of the world. But you can't even prove to me, when giving an analogy about the sun and the moon and what the moon's made of, you can't even tell me what the earth is made of.
So in terms of
somebody bring me some magma from this core of ours. Bring me some magma. Let me get some magma from this core. What's the deepest hole that we've ever drilled in the earth? Okay. And can you substantiate that they actually did that? What do you know about reality? This is what I'm trying to. So like we're having a meeting of minds, yeah. What we're trying to say is to stand on, to go and get a degree in history has definitely already shaped your mind to perceive things.
I don't have a degree in history.
You know I was you front end. What did you have? What you got a degree in? I've been calling you a historian the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know why you've been calling me that. That's why I had to make
shit.
it.
Oh, my bad. Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
I'm not listening.
Okay.
I just like obviously when I
said I take that.
Okay. Yeah, that's why like when that's the approach that I take.
See that? It's so easy.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't define me.
Nah.
Hold on, he's made that presumption.
No, you know why? Because I asked you. You're gonna see.
I didn't say I.
Yeah, I said give me a thumbs up.
You didn't refute at any point.
You got a degree. You said yeah. I said I bet it's in history. And then I said is it in history? And you said I'm talking. I said what? You can't multitask. You can't talk and give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And you gave me a thumbs up.
You said you said about the degree, and I
thought
said
the thumbs up was for a degree in history.
No. See, that's why I've been saying academic approach.
Yeah. Okay. The whole time I've been saying blah blah blah, thinking.
That was the primary source that it went wrong.
Yeah.
In that translation of primary source.
Right there on the spot.
Right
Didn't even
there.
need someone 2,000 years ago to interpret it.
Right there, that went
See how
wrong.
easy
All
it
that
is?
went wrong.
Yeah,
All that went wrong.
yeah, exactly. But then that's why.
Hey, I like this guy.
But But this is why you have to have multiple sources.
I
Otherwise,
was
it's very
there as well, and I
unlikely.
thought that was happening.
That's it. We
But-
all miss-
No, you weren't there. He weren't there before. So he's lying. He's what you're talking about.
Alright, cool.
But you weren't there.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. There was somebody else there that did think the same as me. Who was that? Another guy, because we were talking about
Bring your
some man said,
evidence.